In this constantly changing world, life and personal values can seem more than a little unstable. Just when you think you have it all figured out, and everything changes. Sometimes life can seem overwhelming. Well, the good news is you can change your life. You have within you the power to learn how to flow with the changes and smooth out the bumps of life. You can experience the joy, peace, health, and abundance you deserve. You were created to be happy and productive. That urge to grow and express yourself was put there for a reason. Learn the spiritual principles that can help you not just to survive, but thrive in this changing world. At Unity, we'd like to help you do just that.
Imagine a spiritual path that honors the universal truths in all religions, that sees we are all one. Imagine a movement that respects each person's right to choose their spiritual path. Imagine a spiritual movement that empowers and unites rather than divides. This is Unity. For more than a century, Unity has offered a positive, practical, and progressive approach to understanding and applying the teachings of Jesus and other spiritual masters.
Welcome to the Unity of Chicago South Beyond Walls Spiritual Community Sunday Celebration live stream. We are simultaneously live streaming on various platforms. Previous celebrations are available on YouTube at Unity OCS. Thank you for bringing your consciousness to this space.
Welcome to today's reading. We look forward to researching and bringing you readings from various past and current Unity materials and other spiritual sources. We hope that you will find upliftment, as well as practical application that will enhance your life experience in a positive way. Thank you for your presence.
Today's reading is from Messages We Need to Hear, a booklet devoted to writings of Martha Smock. She was the editor of Daily Word for 33 years, and one of the legendary writers of Unity. Our reading is titled, To Rise Again. You have the ability to rise again. It does not matter if everything in you seems to say, I can't. You can rise again. You have the ability to rise again, for you have the resurrecting Spirit of Christ within you, within your very soul, within your very flesh. It does not matter how long you've been down. You can rise again. You can be healed. You have the life of God strong within you, no matter how weak you may feel. You are forever one with the life source. You are never separated even for an instant from God, who is your life, your strength, your health. You can rise again. Even when it seems that all is lost, that life holds nothing more of happiness for you, the healing power of God within you is creating a new heart in you, preparing the way for new joys and greater satisfaction. Though your heart may seem downcast, God's Spirit within you is stronger than depression and bids your heart to look up. It keeps you steady, it renews and revives you. You have the ability to rise again. In God's sight, there are no failures. God sees you not as a failure but as a soul learning and growing. It is never too late to change your thought. It is never too late to change your life. It is never too late to rise again. The resurrecting Spirit of Christ is within you, even when you seem to have failed. And even in seeming defeat, the power to rise up is strong within you. You can rise again. You can rise out of illness, unhappiness, lack of any kind. You can rise out of feelings of sadness or depression. The resurrecting spirit within you is never sick, never old, never a failure, never poor. The resurrecting spirit within you is God's spirit. Feel its power and strength. Feel it lifting up your entire being. You can rise again. Unity of Chicago South. Beyond Walls Spiritual Community. You are invited to a consciousness liberation. Streaming live at 11 a.m. Sundays.
This is where we take pause and ask for your support, as it is important to our growth. Please use the information found at unityocs.org/support or the QR code to my right to provide your financial support. As a major part of the growth of this online spiritual community, we ask that you take this moment to share, follow, repost, and of course financially support our work. Your action helps in our mission to provide universal teachings beyond a traditional walled space. You are instrumental in helping this community as well as those that can benefit from the teachings. We thank you in advance for your support of Unity of Chicago South, the #1 online New Thought spiritual community, streaming live from Chicago.
As you listen to the sound of my voice, gently close your eyes, placing your hands in a comfortable position, relaxing more and more with each breath. Close your eyes and take slow, deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Now imagine yourself at the top of 10 stairs with the door at the bottom. With the next breath, allow your higher self to guide you down the steps. Starting slowly, take the steps in front of you, and with each step you take, feel yourself becoming more and more relaxed. Inhale. Exhale. When you get to the bottom, open the door to your ideal place of relaxation. It could be anywhere you choose: a beach, forest, garden, anywhere. It can be somewhere real or imagined. Inhale. Exhale. Using your senses, listen to any sound. Listen to the birds chirping or the breeze gently blowing. As you inhale, allow the sweet fragrance of the flowers to soothe your soul. Inhale. Exhale. In front of you is a magical lake. Now walk over to the lake and throw in a stone. And as the ripples form across the lake, your imagination awakens. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. In this relaxed state, you will start to find creative thoughts and ideas flowing to you now. Don't force it. Just allow creative thoughts to come to you now. Enjoy your time with these thoughts Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. With the next set of breaths, remember the messages and thank your higher self for assisting you, knowing that you can return to this place anytime. Inhale and exhale. Now ask your higher self to lead you back up the staircase, walking slowly up each step. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. As you reach the top of the staircase, you are feeling light and refreshed. Now, as you open your eyes and return to this place, we are reminded that imagination is not fanciful daydreaming. It is a fire from heaven. Namaste.
This is where we pause and ask for your support as it is important to our growth. Please use the information found to my right or go to unityocs.org/support to provide your financial support. As a major part of the growth of this online spiritual community, we ask that you take this moment to share, follow, repost, and of course financially support our work. Your action helps in our mission to provide universal teachings beyond a traditional walled space. You are instrumental in helping this community as well as those that can benefit from the teachings. We thank you in advance for your support of Unity of Chicago South, the #1 online New Thought spiritual community, streaming live from Chicago. $Unity Chicago South, for those using Cash App. Find us at Unity of Chicago South online at givealifi.com and 1448 East 52nd Street, number 132, Chicago, Illinois 60615, to support by check.
Greetings and welcome to the wonders that exist only in this moment. Thank you for joining us at Unity of Chicago South. Let us center ourselves. Just for today, we will keep our minds filled with possibilities and not obstacles. We will keep our conversations filled with the good we deserve and watch this goodness engulf us. Just for today, nothing will be impossible. I'm Reverend Dr. Stephanie Wilson Coleman, and it's a pleasure to be here today. This month, as we celebrate the principle of imagination, my message as always is intended to be a message of hope, one that will inspire you to rethink what is possible for your life. We all have an obligation to daydream, We have an obligation to imagine. It is easy to pretend that nobody can change anything and that society is huge and the individual is less than nothing. But the truth is, individuals make the future, and they do it by imagining that things can be different. That's a quote by Neil Gaiman that actually inspires me to imagine. According to truthunity.net, the spiritual principle imagination is represented by the disciple Bartholomew. It is the faculty of mind that images and forms, the power to shape and form thought. The imaging faculty presides at the nerve center between the eyes. Through this faculty, the formless takes form. Imagination is the ability to create. It is a great way to change your physical world. And your imagination takes your mental images and it creates them in your life. So what you consistently imagine will appear in your life experience. Now remember, imagination doesn't know good, bad, or indifferent. It just knows what you imagine. So you are creating this experience that you're in right now. Everything you achieve begins in the imagination. And imagination walks hand in hand with the willingness to take action. Albert Einstein said, imagination is more important than knowledge. Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. There is no limit to imagination. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. And Erwin McManus says, every man and woman has been given the most vital foundational tool for creative work, the human imagination. It is the one way you can see the ideal, go places you've never been, and step into experiences you have never known. In your imagination, you have unlimited resources, unlimited capacity, and an unlimited range of influence. Remember, imagination is the beginning of creation. You imagine what you desire, and you will what you imagine. And George Bernard Shaw even continues to say, then you create what you will. See, remember, we have an obligation to daydream. We have an obligation to imagine. We have an obligation to do things differently. So imagination visualizes what faith knows to be true. But everything starts as an idea. So the first part of the idea is to imagine the outcome. Imagine the end. Do not concern yourself with the process of getting from where you are, where you want to be. You just need to know what you want. The universe will supply the how. So imagine yourself already doing, being, and having what you want to experience now. Allow your mind to try out different scenarios. Ask what if questions. Because what if questions allow you to create different scenarios in the future. So let's try it. So what if why not? What rules can I break? What assumptions can I release? Playing out these different scenarios allow you to play out different scenarios without judgment. No idea is too small to start with. You don't need money to get started. You don't need a higher education to get started. You just need an idea to get started. And of course, we know there'll be detours. Most have not achieved their goals because they believe they can't. Instead of looking at our challenges, obstacles, and limitations as something negative, let's look at them as gifts. Gifts that help us ignite our imagination so that we can achieve our dreams. Gabby Bernstein says, obstacles are opportunities and detours in the right direction. They are unavoidable. Wherever you go and whatever you do, They are always there coaching you. Enjoy the journey. Remember, your journey will not look like anyone else's journey because your journey is created by you. And if there are obstacles, remember, they're just your coaches. The next thing is to execute. We can daydream or imagine all day, but until we execute, what we imagine will not accomplish our dreams. So a plan is paramount. A plan serves as a compass or map. It's your way to get on course. And without it, we would aimlessly wander. So let's create a plan, do the work required to achieve the goals you've set. Because remember, without executing, you're just taking a nap. To execute, allow yourself to use your imagination regularly. I recommend 2 to 3 times a day. Then identify the steps you need to take to achieve your goal. Ask yourself, what are my thoughts about pursuing this dream? How do I feel about it? What would I have to believe to start to take action? Why is this important to me? Who will I be when I achieve this goal? How can I start to be that person now? Commit to taking steps toward your dreams daily. Keep a schedule and write down the steps that you need to take. It's time to move past vision boards. It's time to take action. It's time to continue to imagine new possibilities. And then there's the achievement part. Often after we create a play, we get stuck because the situations aren't perfect. Situations are never going to be perfect. Salvador Dali reminds us, have no fear of perfection because you will never reach it. Continue to set specific goals. Create an action plan. Take action. Don't sit around waiting for a magic fairy. Remember, your imagination gives you ideas, and that then as you're in motion, then your coaches start to show you what you need to change or tweak or do a little bit differently. That doesn't mean you have to stop. That just means that they're there to help you achieve your goals. See, imagination matters. Imagination leads to creativity, of course, that leads to innovation, that leads to you creating the best life that you can create. It's critical for necessary advances in our society, to the future of economics. So it's important that we all use our imagination and celebrate your imagination by giving it life. Matthew 14th chapter 24th to 33rd verse says, the disciples were far away from the land in a small fishing boat when a storm started. They were surrounded by strong winds, lightning, and darkness, and they became fearful. Jesus told them to not be afraid and commanded them to walk on water. Peter got out of the boat, and as he started walking on water, he became afraid and he started to sink. As he yelled to Jesus to help him, Jesus replied, "You have little faith." Peter used his faith finally and was able to walk on water. Peter was able to give life to his faith with imagination and accomplish something that he thought was impossible. So use your imagination to live the life you dream about. Give yourself permission to experience a red carpet life. And when your friends tell you to face reality, you tell them for reality is for people who lack imagination. Will Powers and the Adventure of Success reminds us it's you and only you. You are an important person, a rare individual, a unique creature. There's never been anyone just like you, and there never will be. You have talents and abilities no one else has. In some ways, you're even superior to any other person. The power to do anything you can imagine is within you when you discover your real self. And by practicing a few simple laws of success, you can do it. First thing is take inventory of your assets. Don't be modest or critical, be open and objective. So get a pencil and paper. As a matter of fact, keep one with you all the time and write down every good thing about yourself that you can think of. Assume you can be anything that you desire. In fact, you will become the person you honestly describe, because you cannot avoid it. Concentrate on a mental image of the person you'd like to be and paint a picture in your imagination of who you want to become. Constantly hold this vision in your mind's eye. Your imagination is the weaver of your dreams. So allow your imagination to take you places you have never been. Allow your imagination to take you over the rainbow. When you find yourself surrounded by darkness, take the advice of Gladys Knight. Use your imagination. Think of good reasons to keep on keeping on. See the best in all situations. Keep on keeping on. Keep on using your imagination. Let us be still. Just for today, I will trust the power greater than myself to guide and direct my steps. I will seek out the things that make my soul smile and take time to appreciate the beauty around me. I will believe just for today that universal power is working to shape my world in ways that I cannot begin to imagine. Just for today, I will not be separated from God. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Namaste.
This is where we pause and ask for your support, as it is important to our growth. Please use the information found to my right, or go to unityocs.org/support to provide your financial support. As a major part of the growth of this online spiritual community, we ask that you take this moment to share, follow, repost, and of course financially support our work. Your action helps in our mission to provide universal teachings beyond a traditional walled space. You are instrumental in helping this community as well as those that can benefit from the teachings. We thank you in advance for your support of Unity of Chicago South, the #1 online New Thought spiritual community, streaming live from Chicago. $, Unity Chicago South, for those using Cash App. Find us at Unity of Chicago South online at givealifi.com and 1448 East 52nd Street, number 132, Chicago, Illinois 60615. To support by check.